I watched all of it. That first episode was rough.
It gave me an appreciation for the acting that's out there. I
Oh.
mean, these actors
These are young guys, too.
incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, from the antagonizers to those who are just the victims. I mean, some of that stuff was just amazing. How these young men were able to capture the moment and put you in a space where you could feel their disappointment. You could feel their confusion. You could feel their hurt. You could feel their, loneliness, that isolation. Man, they really did a great job. And then those antagonists.
Yeah.
Man, they really came at you. You want to reach through the screen.
I think it helped that the gentlemen who were a part of this case, who the convictions actually happened to, had their hands in the story. Like Ava DuVernay made sure that this was their story being told, not through third person or somebody else. But it was very, very triggering.
And you got through all of them?
It took me a while. I did 2 episodes a day.
Ooh.
I did 2 Saturday, like late Saturday evening, and then 2 more Sunday morning. Yeah.
That's a little bit abusive, man.
It was. It was. And I noticed a lot of
mentally.
people were saying that, like, why they were asking that question, like, why put yourself through that knowing.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
And that's how I feel about those types of movies.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
like, it's almost.
And I'm a big crybaby. I'm not a big crybaby, but I'm very
Emotional.
I'm not even. I'm not.
Right.
When it comes to stuff like that, I am. It touches me really, really deeply, and I'm gonna watch it though.
With the way your nose is sounding right now, I'm not a big crybaby. This is not a crybaby. I got courage.
I'll see her like,
You know
another
what?
cartoon.
I can't stand him today.
Damn.
Yeah, but
Have you read some of the articles from the actual woman that was raped? They have some narratives
I've
out
seen
there
some
now.
of her video, or not article, not video, sorry. It was an article she did recently saying that she didn't necessarily say she didn't think that they still did it, but they might have had a hand in it.
She was hurt, and from what I read, she doesn't even remember anything except for what was told, and as it's being told to her, it's how she's relating to it. And the one gentleman that they said actually did it based on DNA, she's not happy with that. So there's some strange kind of, I still want to get them kind of attitude, even in the write-up. So I was very disappointed with that piece of it. But if you guys, let me see if I can find it again. I'll shoot it to you and post it
probably
maybe
because
on my page.
during the time where she was questioned, she was also coerced into a story. She was in a very fragile point. So
Yeah, because if you don't remember something, only thing you have is, oh, look at this picture.
Yeah. Oh, they did. That is him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the guy you said.
I'm twisted on the fact that she was out jogging at that time of night. What? Stop riding your bike. Stop running. In the park? Who's doing that? I mean, now you would think it should be okay, but we've got a lot of people out here with mental issues that don't know or are aware of what they're doing, and they're looking to cause harm. Don't put yourself in the way of the bullet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I mean,
there's
Central
some
Park
business.
is right in the middle of the quote-unquote hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, not
Yeah.
to say that that's a reason to
It was
feel
dark.
unsafe or whatever, but you got all types of communities around that park and all different types of people, like you said. That park's
Right.
well known for having,
And that's 1989.
that wasn't that long ago, though.
No, man, I graduated that year.
Yeah.
And
it was-
life was good.
Because I was seeing a lot of people saying, oh, this happened so long ago. And I was like, it's 89. Half of us, well, in my group, were
Yeah.
like a year old, but
Yeah.
still.
Word.
Okay. in my group.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. And I think that's what set a lot of people off too. Like, it's not like this happened in, I don't know, 1920s and 1930s. Like, this was fairly recent.
The way it even comes off, you would imagine it happening more in the 2000s, like this happened
Yeah.
in 2017
Right.
kind of thing. But 1989, we was, what? Man, we was
Look,
having a good
don't
time
date
talking
yourself.
about walking, stomping in my big black boots. We was just
We live a life.
in a
But it also
very
made me think
special
about,
place. When that Big Daddy Kane that they was trying to portray in the movie.
Yeah. Well, what's the name's dad? I can't think of his name.
He's a great actor, I know that.
Did he play in, what's the show?
I'm gonna shut up because I'm disappointed I don't remember his name. So
Somebody gonna kill me
Time
for
out
not
for
remember
me.
the show. But the entire story made me think about George Steiny Jr. Here I go with my little known Black History fact. I don't know if you guys. He was the youngest boy, Black child at the age of 14 who was executed by electric chair at 14. And it was said that it was for a crime, again, that he did not commit. It was a rape of two girls, ages 7 and 11, that they claimed that he did. And that this...
Were they white girls?
Yes. And this was in 1944 in South Carolina.
Wow.
George Steiny Jr. at 14 years old. So that was like another trigger for me, knowing that information and then seeing this film, like this miniseries.
So by the end of the series, you
I
had
was
your
a
power to the
wreck.
people.
I was a
Right.
wreck. I was angry.
Yeah.
I was sad. I was hurt because just like the title, when they see us, I think about the stereotypes that a lot of people have for our Black boys mainly.
Yeah.
Especially this day and age, I look at some of the kids and it's like, you're in the 5th grade and they like 6'2",
right.
quote unquote intimidating, but they're still babies.
Yeah.
Right.
So then thinking about the title, I'm like, when they see us, what do they really see?
Yeah.
Even though these were children, they were still scared.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. When they see us, well, what do you think people see when they see us as Black people?
You should answer that.
I would
As a
say-
Black man.
I think they see what they don't want to be while they still want to be.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, consider, did I send you that video link that had, I forget the doctor's name who did the brown-eyed, blue-eyed test of the children in 1960s,
Jane
I
Elliott.
think, or the 70s. Jane Elliott, right. She did one, I think, more recently where she asked a cast or an audience of all whites to raise their hands if they would trade places with a Black person today.
I love Miss Jane.
Right?
Yeah.
She did not get one participant, not one raised hand. She asked the question several times, and they looked at her like, chirp, chirp.
Yeah, nobody
And
knows
then,
that.
but then when she hit them with the next question, like, well, why are you treating them that way? Think about what they have to live with. So if a person is looking at me, I'm already thinking certain things because depending on where I'm at, they're, can I help you? I used to think they were being kind. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to blah, 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 right? Then I found out it's a part of the security team or security measures where they have to announce that we see you. That's how they say it. Hi, welcome to, I see you too.
Right.
So, that's something that I think that is more than a problem, but I think it encourages us or should inspire us rather than seeing what they see. What we should be seeing is we need our own. We need our own store. So when you walk in, the hello is genuine. When you leave, the goodbye is genuine. While you're there, the atmosphere is comfortable. You're not having to feel like you're being watched. Now, along with that, some of us that do the foolishness and steal or do those other unscrupulous things, we need to behave and or police our own community. Watch out for each other. If somebody's stealing, don't think of it as being a snitch. You in a building or a place of business, this business owner is trying to make a living for themselves.
But it's
I mean,
like
you wouldn't do it on the
that now.
street.
You can't even say anything. And I'm only speaking from, I say our people because obviously I'm a Black woman. So
Yeah.
It was when they see us.
I feel like you can't say anything to our people. Like the other day I had my next door neighbor across the street. She had some company over. Her company, they can only park on one side of the street, and it just so happens to be on the side that my house is sitting on. They're sitting on the side of, parked in the car, hanging out, whatever, no big deal. But I'm walking out to get my mail, and I see the passenger open up her door, put her can right there on the side of the street. So I said, hey, Queen, I said, is that yours? And she looked at me. I said, the can, is that yours? And she's like, yeah. I said, can you pick that up? Like smacking, getting all ups. I said,
Right.
your friend stays right across the street. Just ask her to put it in the trash can. Like, why would you sit that in the street? And she was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I ain't. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this is our neighborhood. You don't
Right.
see no other trash nowhere else, but you got upset the moment. And I didn't even come at her wrong. Like, hey,
Right.
pick that. I
Right.
didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that yours? Like, come on. I saw you. Just pick it up.
Right.
You can't even say little things like that to our people no more.
I
Like,
think
and they ready
it's
to fight you.
It's a double-edged sword, that when they see us, we're talking about other people, Caucasian people, white people, whatever you want to say.
Right.
It's whoever. It's not even just white.
What do we see when we look at each other is what I'm more interested in. We keep hollering about injustice and inequality, but we're never going to get that until we get on the same page about some things. We're still disrespectful to each other, just like you said. We can't talk to each other. We can't, I want to say, correct each other in love the right way about things and issues, and we're still mistreating each other and killing each other and talking about each other and stealing from each other. But we want to scream and holler equality and talk about how we're being mistreated. We're still mistreating each other.
So am I hearing you say that we are buying into the
We
same
are.
propaganda?
We are.
We're doing exactly what they've programmed us to do, but we're saying that they're the only ones doing it. We're also guilty of
We are guilty
being racist
against
amongst
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-hate,
Yeah.
self-sabotage. Yeah.
It happens all the time. So let's talk about this Linda Fairstein.
She's the prosecutor that convicted these boys, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
she is. Former prosecutor.
We got former prosecutor. She's a
Is this the lady that said that none of this stuff is true, like the movie was fake?
yeah.
Yeah.
She said all of it was fake. All of it was wrong, inaccurate. They portrayed her in the wrong light. I don't know how. What other light can you
What
be
other
in?
light?
You're the prosecutor.
Yeah, what other light?
I need the light of darkness,
She's
please.
now was a best-selling author of crime books.
They're
I guess,
trying to get her books off the shelves. Have they managed to do that?
her publishers have dropped her.
Oh, good.
So that might be the end. That might be
Good.
better than just getting her books out of the stores. Like, her publishers have left her.
Yeah, I know she's off of her nonprofit organization from off of the being on the board of that nonprofit. Was it Horizon? Is it Horizon? Safe Horizon? Yeah, Safe Horizon.
What did they say that organization was for? It was
It was the Victim Servicing Agency in New York, I believe, and it helped mostly minorities. And
wow.
she sat on the board as the secretary.
Oh, she
Interesting,
controlling
right?
what's
Yeah,
being written.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think she set herself up for that.
And here, it's the country's largest nonprofit victim services agency, and it helps more than 250,000 New Yorkers, mainly minorities, annually. So she sat on the board for that, and they got rid of her.
While also convicting them.
But you know,
I guess you gotta make up for the wrongs that you're doing. Or
We're
at least
talking
try
about
to.
reaping what you've sown.
yeah. But I was reading up on her, and a lot of directors and staff members at Safe Horizon were asking for her dismissal way before this because of some racial stuff that was going on.
So this is deep rooted. This ain't nothing new for
deeply
Miss
rooted. Yeah,
Miss Fairstein, huh?
yeah. So I don't like to mention people's names when they. I hate it.
Don't want to give them was
When
it
I
free
give
publicity?
you any with free publicity. When I give you any props, I don't. Yeah, it is what it is. But
Yeah, she
we need to be informed.
it was interesting that after I watched the mini series, I wound up, of course, trying to look for these people. Like, I went and looked for each individual.
I did too.
And she definitely had an Instagram. Comments were disabled throughout her whole page. Like, she never allowed anyone to say anything on her page, but she definitely had an Instagram. That was Sunday night. Sunday morning, she had no Instagram.
Monday morning.
Word.
Yeah.
Completely
What?
deleted everything. I think she was on Twitter as well. All that's gone. Like, the moment that series aired, and people really started talking and started searching her name, she just disappeared.
You know what? It probably would have destroyed the servers at all those places because the massive number of comments